Okay, we will continue. So till now we discussed accounting standard 12, accounting standard 12, that is government grants, and AS 16 borrowing cost, and AS 17 segment reporting. So we will continue with the AS 18 related party disclosures. So related party disclosures. What do you mean by related party? As per you, what is related party? What do you mean by related party? Just share your views, general views. What is related party? Related party means who is related party with whom? In terms of business language. In terms of business, related party means what? As per you, what is related party? Just I wanted to know your views. Employee and the employer from Darshini. Sweta, supplier from Sweta. What about others? What do you mean by related party? Related party means what? Any other views? Please share your views. Holding and subsidiary company. Good. Directly or indirectly controls. Subsidiary and holding company. Good. Okay. All your answers are agreeable. Employee, employer. There is a relationship. That is also a type of relationship. Direct manager, director manager. More than 20% share. Someone is messaging. Kavita, direct manager. Revati, controlled by another party. Yes, yes. All are related to related party only. So I'll explain why there is a need for related party disclosure. We will understand what is exactly related party disclosure later. What is the definition of related party under AS 18? We will understand later. Before that, the need for related party disclosures. So the need for related party disclosures arise when we do business. When we do business with the related peoples. When we do business with the related peoples. When we do with the business with the related peoples, what will happen? Say for example, you are running a uh, small shop, small what a provisional shop. You are running a small provisional shop and selling lot of provisional items. Someone is running a provisional shop and they are selling provisional items. So suddenly, lot of customers are visiting that provisional shop regularly. So and the owner is also selling rice, sugar, wheat, and all the groceries items. All those things they are selling to the customers regularly. Suddenly, the owner relation is coming to the shop. Suddenly, the owner relation is coming to the shop. Okay, what will happen? For example, the price of the particular product is 10 rupees. For example, the price of the particular product is 10 rupees. Owner relation might ask that product for 5 rupees. Owner relation might ask that product for 5 rupees. And the owner also will give. For others, he will sell for 10 rupees. But for his own related peoples, he might sell that same product for 5 rupees. Why? Why? Because both of them are related party. Why? Because both of them are related party. So related party disclosure, why it is arised? Because whenever we are doing business, the ultimate objective of business is, we have to generate good profit and we have to do the transaction at the arm length price. We have to do the transaction at the arm length price. Arm length price means it's controlled by the market, not controlled by you. There is a competition in the market. On that competition, there is a control that control is driven by the market itself. The price are driven by the market itself. You are not controlling the market, and you are selling that product to the unknown person, third party, who is not related to you. That is called arm length transaction. So whenever we are doing business, the general assumption is we are doing business with third party. Only intention is buying and selling. There is no other intention. Okay? There is no other intention. What is other intention? Like I said, related party. They are relations. So they are selling at a less price. So I'm an investor. I invested in this company. But this company is not selling to the third party. But this company is not selling to the general customers. They are selling to the related party at less price. So they are getting less profit. So I'm invested money, but I'm not getting return because this company is not doing transaction at the arm length price. The transaction is not arm length. They are doing the internal transaction. They are doing with their sister concern. They are doing with their subsidiary company. They are doing with their joint venture at some reduced price or reduced benefit. I'm an investor. I put my money in this company, but I'm not getting benefit because this company is doing a lot of related party transaction. Not useful. So, and also the company can do some manipulation in the books of accounts also. Manipulation in the books of accounts by generating the sales, by inflating the sales, to the higher figure, or they will show the excess profit. Why? Because they want to get bank loan. For that, they will increase their stock by showing dummy purchases, fake purchases, purchased from the related party, purchases from sister concern, just booking some journal entry, in the name of the related party. Okay, so there are many reasons why this AS 18 is introduced. Many reasons why this AS 18 is introduced. Pause. So the many reasons why this AS 18 is introduced. Mainly to make a disclosure, to the investors, to the stakeholders. What disclosure? Related party disclosures. Who is related party? Who is related party? Who is related party? That is defined in the AS 18. What type of disclosure we have to do? That is mentioned in the AS 18. So ultimately the purpose of AS 18 is if you do any transaction with the related party, you have to disclose. Why we have to disclose? Because you have to inform to your shareholder. What you have to inform? Whether you did the transaction at arm's length price or not. You got it? Unless you don't disclose, otherwise people will manipulate and they do some frauds. So to avoid such scenario, you have to disclose properly. That is the objective of related party. Okay? Any doubts? Any doubts up to this point? Any doubts up to this point? You understood the related party disclosures? What others? All of you understood the meaning? Understood. So we will go to the slides. AA is 18 applicable to independent financial statement and consolidated financial statement. So it is applicable to this company as well as holding company as well as the particular company, reporting company. Both the companies, AA is 18 is applicable. So the first point under that is related party. So what is mentioned here? Parties are treated to be related party any time during the reporting period. One party having the ability to control the other party or exercise significant influence over the other party in making financial or operating decisions. The thing is, when we have to, as per AS 18, how they define the related parties, as per AS 18, how they define the related parties, if I am controlling someone, if I am controlling means if another party I am able to control, or if I am influencing the another party, then both are related party. Then we have to call both of them as a related party. Got it? Control means what, sir? How to control, sir? Should I threaten that I will do something? Should I threaten or something like that? Control means how you are defining the control, sir. It is like someone is threatening someone. That is also a type of control. Or how the control is defined in the AS 18. That we will discuss. As per AS 18, what is control, sir? That is how we have to study. Okay, control means you have many meaning. Even politicians can control a particular this thing, or goons or gundas can control the particular unit. Likewise, control might you cannot define the control. It is an unlimited thing. But as per AS 18, there are some definition for control. That only we have to discuss. Okay. Control is one aspect. Influence is another aspect. Okay. That the influence also defined in the AS 18. That also we will discuss. Thing is, if someone is controlling you or someone is influencing you, means both are related party. As per AS 18, how it is defined, that also we will understand. So I will read again this definition again. Parties are treated to be related if at any time during the reporting period. What is this reporting period? In India, what is reporting period? In India, what is reporting period? Reporting period means what generally? In India, reporting period means what? As per you, financial year. From Pawan Chand. Good. What about others? Reporting period. Financial year. What about others? So generally financial year is the reporting period. During reporting my P&L balance sheet, reporting my financial statement, that time I have to disclose the related party. Okay? I'll go to the next point. Related party you understood. Then what is related party relationship? What is related party relationship? You have many type of relationship. As I said, anyone can control anybody. But as per AS 18, what is the relationship defined? As I said, related party can come under two categories. One is control and another one is significant influence. Both are different. In practice, both are different element. Both are different impact. Both is having different impact. So we will discuss further. Related party relationship can be categorized into control or significant influence as follows. So again, enterprise that directly or indirectly through one or more intermediaries. Enterprise that directly or indirectly through one or more intermediaries control or controlled by or under common control with the reporting enterprises. So what they are saying, one enterprise is directly or indirectly controlling the other enterprise, or those enterprises are controlled by another enterprises. All this, whatever the manner, if anybody is controlling anyone, then both are related party. That's it, directly or indirectly. Okay? Or common control means, for example, there are three company A, B, C. B and C. B and C is controlled by A. B and C is controlled by A. That is called common control. B and C is commonly controlled by A company because A is the holding company for B and C. So it is commonly controlled by A. I'll go to the next point. Associates and joint ventures of the reporting enterprise and the investing party are venture in respect of the reporting enterprise is an associate or joint venture. Again, subsidiary holding company is one type of control. Another type is associate, joint venture. Normally what will happen, there are many companies, foreign companies used to come to India, used to invest in India. For example, you take Japanese and South Korean companies. They used to invest in India. What they will invest? Their knowledge and technical capacity. Technological joint venture. Technological joint venture. Technical collaboration. So they associated with the Indian company. They will share the patents. They will share the technical know-how to the Indian company. Indian company will do the business. Indian company will do the manufacture. They will share the technology. Those things are slightly related to associates and joint venture. Joint venture between Indian company and foreign company. So this thing, they don't have the huge shares. They don't hold the huge shares between the companies, but they will share the knowledge. They will share the knowledge that is related to joint venture. That is also a type of a related party. That is also a type of related party relationship. So the next point is, first one is companies. First bullet point is companies having control in another company. Okay. Second point is joint venture associates. Third point is individual. Individual person means single person. Individuals owing directly or indirectly an interest in the voting power of the reporting enterprises that gives them control or significant influence over the enterprise and relatives of any such individual. What they are trying to say, one independent person, single fellow is holding shares of more than 25% in a particular company. Then that individual is a related party to that company because he is having shares now which is worth of more than 25% of that company. So he can control, he can influence that company because he is a major shareholder in that company. That individual is also a related party relationship. That individual is also a related party. Okay. So till this understood, this is very small standard actually. You can easily understand and complete this standard quickly. This is understood. Till this points are understood. Shall I proceed further? Shall I go to the next slide? Yes, sir. Shall I go to the next slide? From Darshini, yes. What about others? Shall I go to the next slide? Yes. Just a second. That's all. As I said, companies controlling another company, that is one type of relationship. Joint venture and associates with another company, that is one type of relationship. Individual is having shares in that particular company, majority of shares, that is one type of relationship. And KMP, key management personnel. What is KMP? What is KMP? What is KMP? As per you, what is KMP? KMP means who is that personnel, sir? KMP means who? Who is KMP? KMP, managing director, directors, director. Good. Who handle everything? MD, CFO, CS, Pavanchand. What about others? What about others? I hope all of you present over there. Presence of mind is required, and we are discussing only for 2 hours. It's a live class. You should try to interact maximum. Okay, good. All of you good. KMP means, yes, of course, who is having the authority to take decision, who is an ultimate responsibility for the company's management, who is controlling the policies of the companies, who is an creator of that policy for that particular company. All these things are related to KMP. Normally, director, MD, and company secretary, and also sometimes CFO also. All these peoples are, part of the decision making of the company. They are into the top layer of the company, top level management. Normally, director means he himself KMP. Then there are many types of directors. There are many types of directors, managing director, executive director, full-time director, whole-time director, then part-time director. Many type of director is there. Do you think all these directors are KMP? Do you think different type of director? You hope you would have studied the Companies Act. Additional director, independent director, executive, non-executive. There are more than 10 type of directors. Do you think all those directors are KMP for the company? Do you think all this director is having control over the company? I'm just asking. Which director is not KMP? I'm directly asking the question. Which type of director is not KMP? Which type of director is not KMP? Who is KMP? Who is having control over the policy? Who is a decision-making authority? Who is having the authority and responsibility for that overall company operations? Which directors don't have authority and responsibility for operating that company? You think like that. This type of director don't have any authority and responsibility to operate that company. Which type of director it is? Just share your views. Think and share. Please share your views. Which type of director is don't have authority, sir? He don't have any responsibility and all. He will not participate in the company's operations. He will just attend the meeting and he will vote and he will leave the company's premises. Which type of director it is? Share your views, na? No idea, wa? Which type of directors? Any guess? Is it a tough question? I think no one has replied. Non-executive directors from Padmavati. There are some directors who does not have much control over the companies. They will not participate in the day-to-day management of the company. That is not their job at all. They are not categorized as a key management personnel of that particular company. Which type of director? Someone has messaged me, non-executive directors. What about others? What about others? Try to participate. Try to participate. Please try to participate. Alternative directors from Vijay. Good. So, generally, who does not have the power to make any decisions on day-to-day basis? This independent directors. Independent director job is usually participating in the meeting, and he has to vote to the particular resolution. That is the job of independent director. Even non-executive director, even part-time director, all these directors is not directly related to the company. Their job is only attending the meeting and participating in the decision voting. Actually, they will not part of the policy formulation, policy creation, policy implementation and all. So why I am discussing this point is, they might ask you the question for true or false and all. Independent director is also included under the KMP. You have to say false. Like that they will ask. So KMP means who is having an authority and responsibility over the company's operations, and they will be sitting in the top level management. Examples: managing director, executive director, full-time director, whole-time director, and CFO, company secretary. All these peoples are part of the KMP. KMP and relatives of such person is also an related party. For example, director son is an employee in that company. Director son is an employee in that same company. Then that the son is also related party for that company, because he is closely related to the director. Okay. What about the explanation is given here actually. Please go through the explanation for KMP. Please go through yourself for the explanation of KMP. Key management personnel, relative of such personnel. Please just go through yourself. Key management personnel. Even director relatives also. KMP relatives also a KMP for that company. Okay. I will go to the next point. Then what is relative, sir? Relative means generally spouse, son, daughter, brother, sister, father and mother, who may be expected to be influenced or be influenced by the individual in his dealing with the reporting enterprise. Director son, director wife, director father, director mother, director sister, director brother. All these people, if they related to the company, means they are also related party. If I do anything with that director son, means that is also a related party transaction. If I pay salary to director son, means that is also a related party transaction. I have to disclose. So shall I move to the next slide? 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, this is what very important. Control means what, sir? There will be many type of control. Everybody is controlling, trying to control everyone nowadays. Then how can I define the control? As per AS 18, this is how they define the control. So even control is an unlimited one. They limited with some numbers. If the number is there, sufficient number is there, then control is there. So what is that point? ownership directly or indirectly of greater than 50% of the voting power of an enterprises. Ownership directly or indirectly of greater than 50% of the voting power of an enterprises. What it is? Ownership directly or indirectly of greater than 50% of the voting power of an enterprises. Meaning, if I am having more than 50% of shares in that particular company, if I am having more than 50% of shares in that particular company, then I am the related party to that company. We both are related parties. Okay? I might be an individual, I might be a company, I might be a partnership firm, or anybody else. I might be a proprietor, whatever it is. If I am having shares more than 50% in that particular company means, then I am coming under the related party category. Okay? That is called voting power. Voting power, who will have voting power? Who is having the equity shares? So, that is the meaning of this one. What is the next point? Controlling the board of director in case of company or governing body in case of any other organization. I don't have much shares, but I am controlling that board of director itself. For example, chairman is controlling the board of directors. Or else someone else directly or indirectly controlling the board of directors means then that person is also coming under the related party. Okay? Why? What is the use, sir? Why we are controlling the board of directors? Board of directors, if you are controlling me, then you can take decision. You can tell to board of directors, this is how you should work. Okay? Why, sir? More than 50% means how related party will come, sir? Because I am the major shareholder. I will whatever I decide that will happen in the board meeting. In my favor the resolutions will be passed. I will pass the resolution according to my wish because I am the majority shareholder. That is why control is there. Then control is completed. Then come to significant influence. What is significant influence, sir, then? Control means you are directly ordering the peoples. You should do like this only. That is control. Influence means you don't have an power to control them, but you can influence them. You can do something, you can be a part of the decision making, but you can't control them. That is the difference between influence and control. Influence means you can have some upper hand, or you can put your thoughts, you can put your wish, you can put your views, you can share your views, and you can influence them also to make that decision. Okay? What is the meaning given here? It means participation in the financial. I am participating in the financial and operating policy decision of an enterprise, but not in control of those policies. I don't have control over the policy, but I am also part of the policy making. I will share my views. They have to take care. They have to take care of my views also. Okay, that is influence. Then. Even though it is influence, meaning is given, influence also defined in numbers. Influence is also defined in numbers. How it is defined? When there is ownership of shares, with the direct or indirect countries, take your material. Please take your material. Just go through the illustration 17 in this problem. Just go through the question. Alone and think yourself whether this transaction whether there is a related party is there or not. Just go through the question. Please go through. All of you take your material. Take your material and go through. Yes, yes, from. Excel is visible now. So Ankur is holding shares in. Ankur is holding shares in uh, Bankur and Chankur. Excel is visible now. So Ankur is holding shares in. Ankur is holding shares in uh, Bankur and Chankur. Bankur, because of significant influence, both are related party. Then similar to compare to what about others? Yes, Ankur and Bankur are related party or not? Yes, 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 yes. My answer is also yes. Why yes? Because Ankur is holding 25% shares. Now the question is, Ankur is influencing the Bankur or Ankur is controlling the Bankur? Ankur is influencing the Bankur or Ankur is controlling the Bankur? Influence or control? Single answer I want. Ankur is influencing the Bankur or Ankur is controlling the Bankur? Influence or control? Control by Pravina, control by Abhi, influencing Sweta. What about influence? Pavan Chand. Then Ankur is controlling or influencing the Bankur? What about others? What about others? Influence. Influencing. Preeti. Yes, of course. Ankur is influencing the Bankur, not controlling the Bankur. Control means more than 50% shares. Control means more than 50% shares. Influence means more than 20% voting power shares. So here the Ankur is having 25%, which is more than 20%. Hence it is coming under the category of influence, significant influence. Because of significant influence, both are related party. Because of significant influence, both are related party. Then similar to compare to Ankur and Chankur. Ankur and Chankur is 30%. Here also more than 20%, but less than 50%. So here also significant influence. They are related party by applying significant influence. In the way of significant influence, they are related party, not by the way of control. So both are related party. Ankur and Bankur is related party. Ankur and Chankur is related party. That is one answer. But material they are asking question whether Bankur and Chankur, whether this Bankur and Chankur is related party. That is the question. Whether the Bankur and Chankur is related party. That is the question. You got it? What they are asking is Bankur and Chankur is related party or not? That is the question. Now tell me, Bankur and Chankur are related party or not? No, no, no. Yes, Bankur and Shankur is not related party because they don't have any direct shareholding between their companies. Bankur and Shankar does not having any shares between their companies. So Bankur is not holding anything in Shankur, Shankur is not holding anything in Bankur. So they are not related party. Okay, that is the answer given in the material. I think that is the answer given in the material. You should write some English. You should write some points. Then only you should write the actual answer. Okay. What is significant influence? Definition: more than 20%. What is joint venture? That point you have to write. If it is less than 20%, then significant influence is not there. Okay. After writing all these points, then you have to mention who is related party and who is not related party. That also you have to mention in the answer. So that is what mentioned here. Shall we go to the next problem? Shall we go to the next problem? Shall we go to the next problem? Illustration 18. Yes. Illustration 18. Shall we go to the next problem? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What is the problem? Just go through the question. Just go through the question. Illustration 18. Momo Limited holds 51% of ME Limited. Momo Limited holds 51% of ME Limited. ME Limited holds 51% of Top Limited. KC Limited holds 49% of Top Limited. What is the question? First line you read. Please identify the related parties in respect of all the enterprises mentioned under AS 18. Please identify the related parties in respect of all the participants, all the enterprises mentioned under AS 18. So they gave the 3 companies and they are asking us to check this. So Momo, first one is Momo. What Momo is doing? Momo is holding 51% in ME. Momo is holding 51% in ME. Then what happens? ME is holding 51% in ME is holding 51% in Top. ME is holding 51% in Top. Holding 51% in Top. Tell me Momo versus Top. Related party. Related or not related? Momo versus it is a related party by way of control. And now 49% in Top. Now we will start from Momo. Now we will start from Momo. Now tell me Momo versus ME. Momo versus ME. Related party or not a related party? Momo versus ME. You tell me. Momo versus ME. Related party or not a related party? Related party. Related party. By way of control, Momo and ME are related party. Yes. More than 50%. It is a related party by way of control. And now tell me ME versus stop. ME versus stop. ME versus stop. Both are related party or not related party? Related party. Related party. Related party. Related party. Related party. Related by way of control. Yes. Related. Good. Then now tell me Momo versus stop. Momo versus stop. Momo versus stop. Forget about ME. Now tell me Momo versus stop. Forget about ME. ME you please forget. Tell me Momo versus stop. Related party. Related or not related? Momo versus stop. Related. So someone has mentioned indirectly controlled. Good. So indirectly Momo is controlling the top. Indirectly Momo is controlling the top by the way of ME. Because Momo is holding in ME is holding in top. Momo is holding 51% in ME, so major controlling. ME is holding 51% in top. So Momo will control the ME will control the top. You got it? Momo will control the ME will control the top. If ME orders to, if Momo is ordering ME, then ME has to order the top. Indirectly, Momo is controlling top. So Momo, ME, top, both are related party. All of the three are related party. Momo and ME, someone has mentioned me not understood. I will explain. So Momo is controlling the ME because Momo is having 51% in ME, correct? Then ME is controlling the top because ME is having 51% in top, correct? Then compare with Momo and top. Momo is not having any share directly in top. Momo is not having any share directly in top, but indirectly they are having shares in top. How? Because Momo is having 51% shares in ME. So whatever Momo says, ME should do. If Momo says something to ME should follow. Then compare to ME and top. ME is saying something to top should follow. Which means if Momo is ordering ME to do something in top, means top should follow. Because Momo is controlling the ME. That is indirect control. Directly they are not related, but indirectly they are related. Because it is like you have given, you borrowed from something from someone. Shall we proceed further? Now come to tasty. Momo versus tasty. First you compare Momo versus tasty. Momo versus tasty. Both are related party or not a related party? Momo versus tasty. Both are related party or not a related party? Yes or no? Not related. Yes, of course. They don't have directly or indirectly any shares between Momo versus tasty. So both are not related party. Similarly, ME versus tasty. ME versus tasty. Both are related party or not a related party? ME versus tasty. Both are related party or not a related party? Both are not a related party. Why? Because they don't have any shares between their company. Okay? And come to top versus tasty. Both are related party or not a related party? Top versus tasty. Yes or no? Both are related party or not a related party? Related party. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Related. Not related. From Mayadhar Saho. Tasty versus top. They are not related. What about others? Darshini related. Pravina, yes. What about others? Tasty versus top only you compare. Both are related or not related? Both are related or not related? What about others? Tasty versus staff you compare. Both are related, not related? Just let me know. Both are related, not related? Related by influence. Yes, they are related. And they are related by influence, significant influence. Correct. So tasty versus staff related party is there. Momo Emmy related, Emmy top related, Momo top related, tasty top related. Okay? Tasty top by significant influence they are related. Momo Emmy by control they are related, Emmy top they control by related, Momo top control by related. Okay? Shall I go to the next question? Shall I go to the next question? Illustration. Please go through the question. Related party transaction or not? That is the question. Now tell me, I am paying salary to or board of directors a related party transaction or not? That is the question. Simple question. Whether remuneration paid to KMP or non-executive director, board of directors are a related party transaction or not? That is the question. Now tell me, I am paying salary to KMP. KMP means related party or not a related party? KMP means related party or not a related party? KMP means related party or not a related party? Related. Not a related. Someone is messaging not related. KMP means they are related party only. That's what I discussed. KMP means related only. That's what we discussed in the PowerPoint presentation. So simply they asked one question. State whether remuneration paid to KMP or non-executive director, board of director, related party transaction or not. Anything is paid to KMP, it is a related party transaction. Okay, that is one point. Second point is non-executive directors. As I said, non-executive, independent, part-time director, all these directors will not participate in the company's regular operations. They will not be part of the decision making process. So